It's the Natural Hair Confidant here. Why have you here for a second? I would love to share this story with you. It's a romantic story about a client who I helped become wig-free on her wedding day. Her whole mission was to be able to be wig-free on her wedding day and not have a care in the entire world. So she sent me this email one day saying, hey, I'm having some growth, but not the growth that I expected. And I was wondering if maybe you could give me some tips so you could possibly help me. And I'm thinking in my mind, growth, but not what you expected. All growth is good, because there's a lot of people out here not having no growth. So I needed to get more information on the story. So I sat down with her. We had an in-depth conversation, found out she'd just gotten engaged. The wedding was like a year out. And her whole mission was to become wig-free. She said that besides her, the only other person that knew that she was suffering from hair loss problem was her wig lady. She was like, there's no way that he could ever find out. She said, but I don't want to marry him and continue to lie to him. I want to be able to stop lying to him. I want to be able to stop having to hide the real me, because he's seen all of me except for this hair loss. She said, I'm just so embarrassed. I just can't do it. He didn't know that she was even suffering from the hair loss. And after I met him, he probably would have been very accepting, but there was like this fear inside of her that she just had to be wig free for her wedding day. She said that on her day, because it was a beach wedding, on her day, she did not want to have to worry about the wind blowing too hard or her sweating too much. She didn't want to have to worry about dancing too wild. She just did not want to have a care and concern on her day. Goes, right? You see, the thing was, she was struggling with growing hair, and she was trying like all these different products of hair growth systems. Like this one system, she had the vitamins, the shampoo, the conditioner, the oil, and it still wasn't working. I think she tried like 9 different brands of products or something like that. So after that, of course, she was going to be skeptical. She should be, actually. But she was having growth everywhere but in her bald spot. So what she said was happening was the back of her hair was getting longer. It was healthier, it didn't break as easily, but her bald spot was still there. And the worst part about it now was that bald spot that had started as just like, a little edge loss was now getting bigger and was receding to almost back towards her ears. I was like, I gotta help her, because I knew exactly what she was going through. When I was suffering with my hair loss, nobody knew. They knew after it grew back. But nobody knew when I had, those bald spots right there. I didn't go around and tell people. I hid it. I hid it on purpose. I hid it with hairstyles. I hid it with hair bands. So I knew what she was talking about. Then plus the worst part about it was when I was suffering with my hair loss, it seemed like all the products out there made it seem like it was going to be this quick and easy fix, and that I could do it fast in 2 weeks nonetheless. They made it seem like it was like a no-brainer. Like, what are you talking about? This is all you got to do, And then like I fell for it time after time after time, because I was desperate. I was so desperate to grow my hair back because I was tired. I was tired of going through it. I was tired of trying to hide it. I was tired of fussing with it. I was fed up, and I just wanted it to be over. So when a product came on the market and it seemed like, it would help, and I thought that I was doing my due diligence by checking it out and looking at the reviews and everything, I thought that I did everything I was supposed to in order to make sure that it worked, and it still didn't. And yeah, I got frustrated and I was tired, just like her. Buying product after product, not knowing why it wasn't working, what to do about it, where to even begin. They just made it seem like one magic bottle, one magic pill was going to cure all my hair loss problems, and it was just going to be over. Like, I ain't have to do nothing, just buy this product, slap it on there, 2 weeks, boom, fits, boom, all hair back, ta-da. None of that shit was working. I was just like her. I was so confused. How in the hell did that product have so many positive reviews, but it not even work on my hair, like at all, not even like a little bit? What the heck was wrong with my hair? I just didn't know. So I'm sure she didn't know. So we sat down like 4 more times. We talked about, her routine, how often she moisturized, when she shampooed, what her hair porosity is, just how she basically cared for her hair. That was the beginning of me realizing that the steps that you need to take in order to get your hair longer are completely different than the steps you need to take in order to get your hair back. When the hairline recedes and you start to get bald spots, you have to use different methods. Your hair follicles are not functioning properly. And so when they're not functioning properly, you can't do the same thing you would normally do when they're working as you would do when they're not working. It's almost as if you had a conveyor belt and you knew that the conveyor belt had stopped and things were backed up and you were still putting things on it in order for it to go. It's blocking it because it's backed up. That can be from traction alopecia, clogged pores, sleepy follicles, any type of trauma or damage whatsoever. They're not going to function like they normally would. They're injured. That's when I realized that growing your hair back doesn't start with caring for your hair. It starts with caring for what's under your hair first. I had to get deeper. Her hair follicles needed to be healed before her hair could grow, and then she started to care for her hair. And slapping a product on it wasn't going to help because the follicles need to be healed. They need to be healed in order to produce the strong strands that you're looking for that's going to give you forever growth. Because damaged hair follicles do not produce hair. And if they do, it's weak, it's brittle, it's going to fall out. It's kind of like when you're dating and you meet somebody and you're looking for Mr. Forever, but you meet somebody and you can really tell that, they're keeping it real basic, not too deep and personal, versus somebody that's standing in your face and they talking longevity things and they talking about lifetime goals and situations with you. Clearly a difference. I needed to get to the deep level. And much like a relationship, in order for a relationship to build strong, you have to have a good foundation. And under the good foundation are your roots. Your roots are your hair follicles. Your hair follicles, your roots need to be strengthened in order to produce the trees that you're looking for. So with that in mind, her hair follicles needed to be nurtured and loved on. The first thing I thought that maybe she needed to do was to clean her scalp. She'd been using all those products and trying everything. So I thought that maybe her hair follicles were clogged. So what we did was we gave her my clean shampoo recipe because she needed to be able to clean her hair, but she needed to clean her hair without stripping it, because when she stripped it, it caused her to make excess sebum. Because when you shampoo your hair, shampoo naturally strips the natural oils of your hair. So your hair produces more oil in order to compensate for a short period of time until it can get back to its normal level and regulate. And so I needed her to be able to clean her scalp without stripping her oil. So we changed her shampoo to clean her scalp so that it wasn't clogged. And then the next thing that we did was we also made sure her hair was hydrated at all times. So we got her a moisture and seal regimen. We basically gave her a new hair care regimen. So then after that, she started to have a little bit of growth, but she wasn't having the growth in the bald spot wasn't getting smaller. She was just having, some areas that started to have some growth where there was no growth, but it wasn't really getting smaller like she wanted. And at this point, we were about 4 months in. She was panicking and I was panicking because I wanted this, just as bad as she did. And I really did not want to let her down. So then I sat down and wrote everything down. I wrote down what we had tried together, what she had tried prior, things that we purposely did to try to clean her scalp. And then I put a red check by everything that did not work. I put a green check by things that made her hair flourish. And then I put a yellow check by things that were absolutely necessary. And compound a list of all the things that we had tried. And just sitting there looking at this list like, oh my God, look at the stuff that we've tried and all these things that didn't work. It was a lot. It was heavy. Just sitting right there at that moment at the table, just looking at like all the failures just like laid out in front of us. It just felt so heavy. I could just see the tears like swell up in her eyes and like, she got really sad. And she was like, I'm going to be stuck like this forever. I'm never going to grow my hair back. She said, look at me. I've been going through this. I've been struggling. I've been trying. I'm not lazy. I've been doing what I thought I was supposed to do. She said I chose the right products. Adhesive, they said, was good. I did the wigs. I didn't know the wigs was causing more damage. She said I thought that I was doing things that was careful, that was safe as safe could be with the choices that was being made. She said, I've been going through this a minute now. This is exhausting. She said, this bald spot is shiny as ever with sprinkles of hair. She was like, why won't it fill in? Are mine too damaged? Did I make it too bad? And I could just see like she just given up. So I begged, I screamed, I pleaded, I prayed, and I was just like, just don't give up. It's only 4 months in. Nobody said it was going to be easy. Nobody said it was going to be quick. Clearly it wasn't going to be easy, and clearly it wasn't going to be quick. If it was, we wouldn't be here right now. We just haven't found the right process yet. Do not give up. I shared with her my favorite story, and I would like to share it with you. It's by Les Brown, and I don't do it any justice, but it's one of my favorite stories. It talks about a bamboo tree that takes 5 years to grow. So what happens is a person plants the seed of the tree in a field with just dirt, and the person has to water the tree, nourish and fertilize the land that the tree is on every single day for 5 years. There's no growth. So imagine that you're walking by a field and you drive to work every single day, and every single day you see this man out in a field of dirt watering it every day for 5 years. You're gonna be like, that crazy man always watering it. But what happens is in 5 weeks the tree grows 90 feet tall. But if you do not water it and nourish it for 1 day in that 5-year period, it won't grow. Now, this is similar to our hair. The habits that we do today are the seeds that we're planting for the roots tomorrow. So you have had poor habits. You have not done and made the best choices, but now we're here. And in being here, we're going to figure out what works. And so that helped a little bit, but she was still kind of like, and so I was like, okay, you gonna give up anyway? Just still give it to me. So, okay, she agreed. So I went home, I looked at the list, and I put a red mark by things that absolutely did not work for her or me, or, you know, a lot of people. By the most common things, I put a red mark by the most common things that did not work. I put a yellow mark by things that were absolutely necessary, I felt, in order for you to actually produce the stronger strands. And then I put a green mark by things were like flourishing in the hair community, period. And I came up with a method and a process, and within a month, y'all, she went from this to this. And so month after month, she kept continuing to have growth. Now, on her wedding day, she didn't have like long flowing, you know, down my back hair because it had only been 6 months. But on her wedding day, she was able to have a hairstyle similar to this. And that meant more to her being wig free because that was her goal and her mission. Her mission was not to have hair down her back. Her mission was to get rid of her bald spot. And she did it. We did it. She was able to walk wig free. And she honestly said that everybody thought that she had did a big chop, and that was her TWA. Assumption goes, right? But most importantly, she could start her marriage off with no secrets. Now that's the goal. It helps your hair follicles get cleaned out and woken the hell up naturally, slowly, effectively. Because the goal is not to get hair growth and continue to have to use a product. The goal is to get hair growth and continue to grow hair and then never have to buy another product again. That's the goal. It is the goal to not becoming a product junkie, not wasting thousands of dollars, not spending time, effort, hiding secrets, and just feeling cringy, you know, not being in fear and anxious all the time, like my wig come off, did it shift, how my hair look, oh, you know, like, I want to tell you all about it. But first, I want to tell you what it is not. It is not a quick, get fast hair growth system. Although you can quadruple your hair growth using it, it is not intended to be a quick and fast hair growth. It takes time and it takes patience. It is also not for the faint of heart. But when you put in the time and effort, I guarantee you'll get more strands in your bald spots than you have with any other product. I can't wait to share it with you. So if you'd like to know more, click the link around this video.
Click the button to sign up now, and when you do, over the next week, you will receive a series of videos that will not only teach you the real secret for going from no growth to forever growth, but also help you discover the best way to get growth in a bald spot that haven't had any growth in years, the confidence to be fearless and embrace the windiest of days without fear, and how to avoid the biggest hair growth mistakes that cause most people to quit using a product before they ever really get started. All this to help you push hair through your bald spot too. So make sure you click the button below. You don't want to miss out. There are only 200 spots available. Until next time, I wish you the most growth.
If you found this video helpful, comment below, and if you know someone who can benefit from this video, please share, comment, and like it. For more tips and tricks, make sure you subscribe and hit that post bell notification down below so you don't miss out on all the upcoming videos that can help you with your hair growth. Until the next time, I wish you the most growth.